Welcome to North Georgia News Now. Coming up today in local news, 4 years ago this week, 2 young people from our area disappeared, only 2 days apart from the Flying J truck stop in Resaca. One of them turned up dead. The other is still missing. Circumstances around the death of Caleb Smith and the disappearance of Keeslyn Roberts are both bizarre and unsettling. We're going to talk about it. And Dalton Mayor Annalee Sams presented a Martin Luther King Jr. Achievement Award to Henry Parks at the annual banquet over the weekend. Christian Heritage School has named a new athletic director, and the American Red Cross offers up tips on keeping warm and safe this winter. Later, Grant Harris is here to share WDNN's community calendar, but first, here are the obituaries.
Today's local news is brought to you by Sean Wallen of Wallen Realty.
Welcome back to your local news. This week marks the 4th anniversary of 2 cases out of North Georgia that have shattered 2 families and left a lot of important questions unanswered. On January 16, 2020, Caleb Nathaniel Smith of Murray County told his grandmother that he was going to the nearby city of Rome to hang out with friends. He told her to leave the deadbolt unlocked because he was planning on returning home that night. Caleb stopped to get gas at the Flying J truck stop near State Route 136 and I-75 in Resaca. He entered the gas station at 12:32 a.m. as evidenced by a security camera. The gas station camera shows one male customer sitting alone at a table in the Denny's section of the Flying J. Caleb sat down at a different table facing the man. A few minutes later, Caleb calls his grandmother to let her know where he was and that he didn't have enough gas to get to Rome. He let her know that he was going to ask the man inside Denny's for $5 for gas. Caleb goes over and talks to the man on 2 separate occasions. It's not known whether the man gave Caleb money for gas or not. After the second interaction, Caleb goes and sits back down alone at the table facing the man. He then gets up and leaves the gas station, never to be seen alive again. Caleb's grandmother became worried when he didn't return home by morning, so she drove to the Flying J. Caleb's car was parked in the Flying J parking lot on the Denny's side of the back side of the building, out of sight of any cameras. Caleb's car was unlocked. His keys were on the floorboard. His cell phone was located in the glove box and the battery had been removed. His car had half a tank of gas and was not on empty as he had told his grandmother. His jacket was also left behind in the car, which was odd because it was a very cold night. His family reported him missing. Gordon County Sheriff's Office officials say that on January 16th and 17th, deputies searched the area around the truck stop, both on the ground and in the air, but their search yielded no results. Officials did not process Caleb's car for evidence. On February 3rd, his naked body was found 5 miles away from the Flying J in a marshy, overgrown area of the county between the Sugar Valley and Hill City communities. According to the sheriff's office, a citizen had found him in a poorly drained, heavily overgrown area. Earlier in the day, the fire department had been dispatched to the same general area in reference to a brush fire. It is unknown if the fire is related. The initial report said that no immediate indications of violence were apparent, and the GBI autopsy revealed no indications of violence or evidence of foul play. The toxicology results showed he had died as a result of methamphetamine intoxication, and the death was ruled accidental. There were many shoe prints near where Caleb's body was found, yet Caleb was found without shoes or socks on. He had no mud on the bottom of his feet. His family wasn't allowed to identify him. His clothes were nowhere to be found. They were never recovered, nor were his shoes. Though the case was officially closed, some pretty serious questions remain. How could Caleb Smith walk 5 miles in cold weather naked and unnoticed? And if he did walk, why were his feet clean? It seems to me, at the very least, someone is guilty of tampering with a dead body. Just 2 days after Caleb went missing, 20-year-old Keeslyn Roberts also disappeared from the same Flying J truck stop. It is not known if these incidents are connected, though many internet sleuths believe so, and so do most friends and family of both Caleb and Keeslyn. Keeslyn has yet to be found, though her parents, Eric and Shannon Roberts, along with a private investigator paid for by the Roberts, continue to search and follow leads. When Keeslyn was last seen, she had entered an employee-only entrance at the Denny's part of the gas station. She was told by an employee that she wasn't allowed to be back there, and an altercation followed. Keeslyn dropped her backpack that held her ID, debit card, cash, and phone charger as she fled the scene. A press release from the Gordon County Sheriff's Office confirms they were called to the truck stop that day about a suspicious female. Keeslyn's white Toyota Corolla with belongings inside was found at the truck stop by her family on January 20th. The car was found only 5 spaces from where Caleb's car had been discovered. Both vehicles had been backed in. Keeslyn's seat had been moved backward, apparently by someone taller than her. Her car was not searched or processed by authorities. Following a tip made to Eric Roberts, some of Keeslyn's clothes were found near the trash dumpster at the Flying J a good while after she went missing. Her cell phone was never found, it was never tracked by authorities, and calls made to her went straight to voicemail. It has now been 4 years. Where is she? Eric Roberts has told me on a number of occasions that he doesn't feel her case was taken seriously by law enforcement, perhaps because she had a few brushes with the law concerning illegal drugs. While unfortunate, I say that doesn't matter. If a young person, any person, goes missing in our community, it matters. It matters to their loved ones, and it should matter to all of us, and certainly to law enforcement. Maybe it's a coincidence that Keeslyn and Caleb lived on the same street, Old Federal Road in Chatsworth. It's definitely possible they knew of each other, but Keeslyn's dad and the GCSO says they have not discovered any evidence of communication between the two. Maybe it's a coincidence they went missing from the same location a mere 2 days apart. Maybe. The public doesn't know if these two cases are connected in any way, but it seems clear that both cases should be examined more closely, especially Keeslyn's, because Eric and Shannon Roberts deserve answers. If you have any information regarding the details of Caleb Roberts' last day, or regarding the whereabouts of Keeslyn Roberts, please call one of the numbers below. When we return, it's more local news, so stay with us. Welcome back to your local news. Christian Heritage School has named Mike Robbie as the school's athletic director. Robbie will officially join the CHS's athletic department on March 1st and will begin serving alongside Britt Adams, who is currently fulfilling the role of interim athletic director through the school year and also serves as the school's middle school director and academic dean. Over the past several years, the college preparatory independent Northwest Georgia Christian School has encountered state playoff appearances in each athletic season, along with 2 state championships last spring. Robbie is recognized as an influential leader across the state, most recently having served as the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, or FCA, Atlanta Coaches Director, as well as the Director of South Metro Atlanta for over a decade. Coming to Dalton from a 10-year coaching tenure at Eagles Landing Christian Academy, Robbie was instrumental in the growth and enhancement of the school's overall program. During his time at ELCA, Robbie helped lead the program to 190 wins, 10 playoff appearances, 3 region championships, 2 Sweet 16 appearances, 4 Elite 8 runs, and 1 Final Four appearance. Outside of his time at ELCA, Robbie had stops at Creekside Christian Academy and Strong Rock Christian School, along with coaching with National Organization USA Prime out of Dallas, Texas, and coaching 2 MLB draftees. Robbie joined the CHS community last fall by serving as a varsity fast pitch softball coach and continues his Lions coaching journey this spring, leading the varsity baseball team alongside Mike Brady and marking his 24th season of coaching baseball. CHS's impact continues to spread across Northwest Georgia with unprecedented growth in the school's enrollment, partnered with a consistent vision of advancing the school's mission of educating children to serve Christ. With athletic facilities enhancements and an increasing number of programs, coaches and student athletes, athletics that build one of the school's 4 key foundational pillars, is constantly seeking premier leadership additions to allow students of all ages the opportunity to maximize their full potential. Head of school Kent Harrison is excited to see how the addition of Robbie to the leadership team will enhance the school's efforts and the overall experience of student athletes. As for Robbie, he is anticipating beginning his CHS story this spring and working both within the school and the greater Dalton community. In more news, home heating is one of the leading causes of home fires and home fire injuries in this country, and the 3rd leading cause of home fire deaths, according to the National Fire Protection Association. Most of these fires occur in December, January, and February. Space heaters account for 1/3 of the fires, as well as the vast majority of deaths and injuries caused by heating equipment. Since the start of 2024, the American Red Cross has responded to 1,797 home fires across the country, providing help to 6,799 people. According to the National Weather Service, more cold weather is coming, so it's important to stay warm and to do it safely. Here are some ways to help heat your home safely. Have furnaces, chimneys, fireplaces, wood, and coal stoves inspected and cleaned annually. If using a space heater, look for a model that shuts off automatically if the heater falls over. Place the heater on a level, hard, and non-flammable surface in the home. Keep all potential sources of fuel like paper, clothing, bedding, curtains, or rugs at least 3 feet away from space heaters, stoves, or fireplaces. Portable heaters and fireplaces should never be left unattended. Turn off space heaters and make sure any embers in the fireplace are extinguished before going to bed or leaving home. Keep children and pets away from space heaters. Never use a cooking range or oven to heat your home. Keep fire in your fireplace by using a glass or metal fire screen large enough to catch sparks and rolling logs. Working smoke alarms can cut the risk of dying in a home fire by half. Place smoke alarms on each level of your home and inside and outside bedrooms and sleeping areas. Change the batteries at least once a year if your model requires it. Also, check the manufacturer's date of your smoke alarms. If they're 10 years or older, they need to be replaced because the sensor becomes less sensitive over time. Follow the manufacturer's instructions. Practice your escape plan until everyone can get out in less than 2 minutes. To create your home fire escape plan, include at least 2 ways to exit every room in your home. Select a meeting spot at a safe distance away from your home, such as your neighbor's home or a landmark like a specific tree in your front yard, where everyone knows to meet. Teach children what a smoke alarm sounds like. Talk about fire safety and what to do in an emergency. If you follow these suggestions, you're well on your way to keeping warm and safe during these cold days ahead. In other news, on Saturday, January 13th, people gathered at the Matt Gaston Community Center in Dalton for the first annual Martin Luther King Jr. banquet. Much to his surprise, attendee Henry Parks was called to the stage by Dalton's new mayor, Annalee Sams. The following information comes from a report by Brady Hicks of the Daily Citizen News. Mayor Sams announced that, on behalf of the city of Dalton, she wished to present Parks with a service award. Before presenting the award, Sams echoed words from Dr. King. She said, "Life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others?" And that this year's recipient most certainly displays a life of doing for others, not only in his professional career before he retired, but in his day-to-day life after retirement. Sam said Parks has poured his heart and soul into this community, and it was her privilege to recognize and provide the 2024 Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Achievement Award in recognition of his outstanding service to the Dalton community and his emulation of the ideals and deeds of Dr. Martin Luther King. Park is a retired state trooper who volunteers regularly at the Emory Center in Dalton. The banquet, jointly hosted by the Dalton Whitfield chapter of the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, or NAACP, and the Martin Luther King Jr. Committee featured several guest speakers. Kinsley Stokes was one of those speakers. Stokes, who was crowned the winner of the 2023 Miss Juneteenth pageant during the Dalton Whitfield NAACP's 5th annual Juneteenth celebration, provided the welcome. She said that when we think of Martin Luther King Jr., we see someone who fought for African American rights and someone who was kind, courageous, and a leader, but more importantly, he was a hero. Whether it's from helping start the Montgomery bus boycott, the March on Washington, or his famous "I Have a Dream" speech. He was a hero, she said, who will be remembered throughout generations to come. The banquet was held in honor of Debbie Baker Madden, a longtime member of the MLK committee and a strong community advocate. From all of us at North Georgia Television, congratulations to Henry Parks for not only receiving his service award, but for being someone who has given so much and who continues to give to our community. When we return, Grant Harris will share WDNN's community calendar. But first, here's your local weather.
Today's local weather is brought to you by Sean Wallen of Wallen Realty.
Welcome back. It's time for WDNN's Community Calendar. Here are some of the things going on around the area. The Creative Arts Guild in Dalton invites you to be one of the first to see and shop from their yard sale. Enjoy refreshments and beverages while shopping from a collection of gently loved and closeout artwork from across all mediums at great prices. It's the perfect chance to start or add to your personal art collection for your home or business. Admission is free, and this event is family friendly. Kids can enjoy creating their own work of art in a designated space just for them. This event will take place on Friday, January 19th from 5:50 to 7 p.m. at the Creative Arts Guild. New Chapters Holistic in Dalton presents SOS, Sisters Supporting Our Sisters, on Tuesday, January 23rd from 6:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. This is a sisterhood circle inviting all women to come out and be their authentic selves. It is a place to share and not have anyone try to fix anything for you or tell you what they think you should do. It is a place to be heard and validated. You are invited to go and share within the confidentiality of the group. This group meets monthly for a couple of hours, and their goal is to leave feeling lighter and more enlightened and more supported than when you came. If you'd like to start the year with other women who want who want to live their best lives and share love and support with others, New Chapters Holistic is located at 616 Glenwood Place, Suite A in Dalton. A light dinner will be included for $5. This month's topic is self-love. For more information, contact Cindy at 706-980-8555. Also on Tuesday, January the 23rd, Chick-fil-A breakfast fans, this one is for you. For one evening only, the restaurant located at the Dalton Mall will offer a limited breakfast menu for dinner. Add a chicken biscuit, 4-count chicken minis, 10-count chicken minis, or hash brown to your regular dinner meal. Offerings start at 5 p.m. Also enjoy breakfast bingo from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Bingo will be free to play with prizes to win. The Woodsong's Dalton Concert Series, now in its 12th year, will kick off the 2024 series with High Fidelity, an award-winning bluegrass band, on Saturday, January 27th, 7 p.m. at the First Presbyterian Church in Dalton. The band consists of 5 outstanding musicians and singers who are steeped in their sounds of tradition. Proceeds from this concert will benefit the DEO Clinic, a nonprofit medical clinic providing free health care to low-income residents of Whitfield County and Murray County. Advance tickets are $20 or $24. Tickets are available online at woodsongdalton.com, at the Dalton Freight Depot gift shop, Big Ham Discount Music, and at the door. The Love Day Market is set for February 3rd from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the North Georgia Fairgrounds. There will be 60 unique vendors set up. If you'd like to submit information on your events for North Georgia News' Now Community Calendar, send an email to info@wdnntv.com. That's it for this edition of North Georgia News Now. Be sure to visit us on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Thanks for watching Local.
Thanks for watching. Make sure to click that subscribe button as well as bell notifications so you won't miss any new videos. Also, follow us on our social medias.
Thank you again for tuning in, and until next time, keep watching Local.